Hey guys, Lucas Green here, and I'm back with my shitty camera, and here I am once again with Adam Burns.
Hello. I am not as bad, but yeah.
No,
I
you get the superior camera.
yeah, I do. Woohoo. Watch it.
Here we are once again with our we promised the Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase review. It's finally here. Yes, we promised it. Yeah, we said it we do it Saturday. We didn't mean... Well, how long has it been since that movie?
Like a few months or so? But it's
Jesus!
still a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, so what we told you is true from a certain point of view. Thank you, old Ben Kenobi. Anyway, guys, let's not waste any more of your time and get on to this epic review. And also, I shall point out, there will be, like I did with the Scooby-Doo commentary, where I made an edited version, I'll be also making an edited version of this commentary as well, so you'll get to see all the fun stuff. So there'll be two versions of this review, basically the same outcome. Anyway, guys, that being said, Adam?
Let's get right to the review.
Wonderful. So, I'm going to go over the synopsis real quick when I get to the top of this bloody page. Ooh. Alright then. Three scientists accidentally release a phantom, which is beamed up by a laser. Mystery Inc. are called to help put a stop to the phantom menace. However, they get sucked into a computer game based on them and must battle not only the phantom, but various other villains per level. Can the gang solve the mystery of the virus before it's game over? So, Adam, what are your thoughts on the concept of this idea of having Mystery Inc. inside a computer game based on themselves?
I think it's actually a really unique turn, since every other movie done with Scooby-Doo, it doesn't really, not really based around a game, more like based around the standard zombie, alien, ghost. Those are the other three movies, but still. There's Pirates, Loch Ness Monster, that's great, Vampire. None is actually in a game.
Yeah, I would say...
That brings back previous villains as well.
I would say it stands out. Because of that element, it makes it stand out more than the other ones do. I mean, this one's memorable to me because of that concept. I would say that I was a bit... When I saw the trailer for this movie, I was a bit off because I felt like this could bomb really bad. Like, normally we're used to the Scooby-Doo formula from in our reality, but having it in another reality, it will be kind of awkward, wouldn't it?
I can't say I actually seen the trailer because I wasn't alive when the trailers for these came out.
Well, apparently it was like cyberspace. The gang are inside a computer with digital cyberspace, and they were having all this computer stuff thrown at your face. Like, they're not taking this seriously at all.
It can, yeah. When it comes to like a gaming-related movie, it will either come into one of two spots: the successful spot, which no gaming movies in, or the failure, where Pixels, Slenderman, and a bunch of other gaming movies are in, especially New Super Mario Bros. That was terrible.
Oh god, that was horrible. But no, this movie actually surprised me, and I'm sure it surprised you too.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. When I say good, I say good in quotes, because nowadays its rating is in the middle, is it? Did you say?
Most recent one, I believe, is around 50% Rotten Tomatoes, where Cyber Chase at 60%. So
that's middle. So that's surprising and especially for this case, because this movie has a lot of flaws. I'm surprised it's got 60%. Like, I have a problem with this movie because I could see a lot of nerds asking questions about science here. But anyway, with that being said, we'll be going over... Well, I already did go over the plot on a basic note, but I'm gonna let Adam take over the wheel and talk about what, the story as it is, with the spoilers in there, because we've already done the review. Well, not the review. This is the review. We've already done the commentary, so I'll let Adam go over the full, the full story. So you guys who haven't seen it, If you haven't seen the commentary, go now and watch the movie because Adam here is going to reveal the whole plot, including the identity of the maker of the virus and what's that. Oh,
Yeah,
Adam, take it away.
I get to spoil the movie for everyone. Yay. Oh, I love this. Basically, it opens up in a university lab where a professor called Professor Kaufman is yeah, suspecting or inspecting on what his students are doing, them being Eric Stotter, I believe that's his last name, we actually don't know, and Bill Macklemore. And when there was a fault in the program, one of them accidentally in quotes, because it's not an accident, set off a laser which beams people in and out of a game, which is actually really cool. And a virus called the Phantom virus comes out, completely blue, very shocking. I thought it would be a light show if I actually saw it, and Lucas would run away. So yeah, I'll be dead. Summary of that happening though: the virus wipes away the data from all the computers and has a phone attack Eric. So he's fine. Mystery Inc. get called in when they're checking on Eric Stotter because they were college friends or school friends, I don't know. And they run into this officer called Officer Wimbley. No offense, but I always blame the officer for everything. So I thought it was him. But no, he's apparently innocent. So at least he follows the law. So when Mystery Inc. learn about the happenings of what's going on, they decide to try and find the virus but before they search, Professor Kaufman supplies them each, apart from Scooby obviously, a magnet to try and weaken the virus because of the electromagnetic power it has. That's a big word for me. So thanks. They also learn how the laser works, so because they're fighting over Scooby snacks as well. So regular Shaggy and Scooby. After a good half hour or something, they finally find the virus, run around college with the Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you song. Then lost them again after a ton of books fell on the virus, so woohoo, yay, gravity. And basically, summary of them, nothing interesting happens after that. Maybe the weirdest face from the virus ever when it comes to the cafeteria. But
and your favourite scene of the ask these questions.
Yeah. And then it comes to the part where they run back into the computer lab where they're just running around from the virus. And not only that, it's a massive lab, but they all run into the same spot despite going in opposite directions. And someone who apparently has a lab coat, I did not notice that before, shot a laser at them into the game of Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Roll credits. This is where I was like, it's not the officer, but I still thought it was for some reason. So, yeah. Eric, Bill, Professor Kaufman, and Wimbley, I'm going to call him Wimbley now, came into the lab, found out the virus, but the gang got shot into the game, and they can't get them out because they had to go through all 10 levels. On to the video game now. God.
Oh, you're on the second half. Good for you.
How long have I been talking? I need to breathe. The first level is a moon level where they learn that physics can actually exist in the game. Thank you, Shaggy. And gravity doesn't work either. So I think at least gravity on the moon works.
Mm-hmm.
The virus is also in the game, but I wouldn't say he got zapped into the game like Velma or Daphne said. I would say he more like transferred into the game via, electrical console because he could teleport like that kind of way.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he didn't during the chase scene in real life. So
I would say that you did overlook one thing in the laboratory magnet.
Oh yeah, basically magnet. Well, when Scooby-Doo tried to lift up a magnet, a bunch of thumbtacks attacked him. Phantom virus steps on the magnet that Velma had, and there's also this.
We learned that,
thing as well, that creepy thingy.
Oh yes. So yeah, we do learn magnets are his weakness. Yeah. Luckily, the gang. I think what happened to the other magnets that the other gang had?
well, Scooby-Doo kind of abandoned his after Thumbtacks attacked him. Velma, I'm pretty sure, left hers down in the basement. Daphne and Fred, God knows where they were, and Shaggy's...
Oh yeah, they had their magnets confiscated from them.
Yeah, and Shaggy's was also always in his pocket.
Oh yeah, that's a plot device.
Anyway, going back into the game. Moon level, physics real, gravity non-existent, and the virus shouts, "Let's play ball" at the start of level 1.
That's not foreshadowing anything at all.
No, it's not, because I forgot to do the description of the characters, but don't worry, we'll get to that later. And he has 2 friends completely in red and black armour. Honestly, my kind of colours.
Their faces are weird though. It's like a snout.
Yeah.
It's in their suits.
Yeah, it's
lizard man.
Kind of like a bird's mouth, just like very weird chin. I don't know. It's hilarious though. But a moon rover chase in tube.
Yep.
And summary of that: both the moon rovers crash or bust down. Scooby goes after the Scooby Snacks, which is near the American flag, reference to 1969 moon landing. Yeah. And the 2 henchmen of the virus chases after them, and they headbutt each other. I still don't understand how that is even possible, because they were going in the same direction from the same place, and they headbutt each other from opposite directions.
Physics.
Summary of that: Scooby-Doo got with Scooby Snacks, and then they transferred to the second level, which
second best level,
which is inside the Roman Colosseum. Which I would let Lucas do a brief description on, because I need time to breathe.
Oh, yes, you do. So basically, we get... this was a nice memory. So the gang are in level 2, and what happens is they look around and they say, "Oh, look, there's some chalk lines on the ground here." Because that's normally... I'm not really an expert on Rome, but we can tell that it's not meant to be there. So there are these weird chalk lines. Virus shows up and greets our heroes in typical villain fashion. And mind you, I will say he's enjoying himself on the show. So what happens is he brings out some gladiators and a lion, and then the group divide. Well, they do that a lot. And of course, it's Fred versus Lion, and Shaggy outruns the gladiators. So after the lion is cat-trapped back into the Colosseum. I don't know what's behind there, like
chamber,
dungeon. Okay. So lion is back away. Mind you, I feel bad because the lion has the Scooby Snacks in his mouth. He puts them down, and the villains know that you need them to stop them, or whatever. So apparently, lion's taken care of. Gladiators. Oh yeah, Fred's like, keep those gladiators busy. Yeah, Fred's like, keep the gladiators busy a bit longer. I'll get the snacks. Oh, thanks, mate. Anyway, it goes as well as you expect. Hijinks ensue. Virus disappears. God knows what happened to him. He just lets them grab the snacks. We're on to level 3. What I'll be doing is I'll be talking over level 3, and then I'll stop at the montage so that you can take over there. Because, to be honest, the montage is so quick, it's not much to talk about. So basically, we'll get through that. Anyway, level 3, dino time. Yeah, prehistoric time. We got dinosaurs roaming around. Basically, the gang are in this Cretaceous period. Oh, look, Virus is there. He's got a fucking purple T-Rex. Let's run for our fucking lives. Apparently, though, do not underestimate the Virus. He is very dangerous. Apparently, he can throw a spear just like an Olympic athlete. Woo! So they escape. Mind you, I have a question. I have a question right now. The Virus shoots... Why does the Virus carry weapons when he literally can shoot things?
That's a good...
Whatever.
I don't know.
Okay. And I don't know if the Virus can fly, because in the first level he did. But I'm assuming he can't fly, he can just hover to the ground. Whatever. Anyway, though, we're moving on. After they run from T-Rex Boy and Palk, they go and hide in the cave and like, oh, there's a volcano drawing. Wow, this game likes chalk a lot, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, okay, so they find this cave painting, and they're like, well, it's not a painting, but well, I'm not going to go into detail. Cave, basically, the cave has a volcano drawing. Drawing says volcano. They go to the volcano with mammoths. Good work, scientists. That makes sense. But then again, I don't really understand whatever device you could use to put in the time period that they're in. But it's a video game. Make up logic. I don't know. Anyway, though, they go to a volcano, which sounds like a stupid thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the volcano when it's active. Anyway, apparently the Scooby snacks are in a bird pterodactyl's nest, which means this Scooby snack is basically this Scooby snack's gonna go on fire. But of course, Scooby has the utmost courage to, of course, save the day because he's the fucking hero. He saves the stupid bird, saves the pterodactyl, gets rewarded by it for God's sake, liberty, and gets the fucking Scooby snacks. And then we're on to the montage, and now Adam will take over. Thank you, God, breath.
Oh god, this is quite a lot to talk about. For the montage,
Not really.
There's not really much to talk about, but I'm just going to give a brief description of each level, and then I'll let Lucas take over for the final level, and we'll take it because we love this level. Well, I do, but anyway, the fourth level is it's an underwater level where they're in scuba diving kit, which really should not really be needed because I don't see why you need scuba diving kit when actually no, ignore that. Like I did scuba diving a while ago and I needed it. So yeah, basically they got attacked by a shark and the scuba snacks inside the treasure chest. So yay,
that was easy.
That's actually great. Level 5, personally my favourite brief level, being inside a garden with a giant praying mantis after it. So
that was an ant.
I think so. Or grasshopper. I don't know. It was red. Yeah, we didn't know where the Scooby Snacks was, so that we just saw that they were running away because they were midgets. Level 6 was in a kind of like a Japanese area with a samurai attacking Fred and Daphne, and Fred's just got shown up by Daphne.
Yeah, that's charming.
Level 7 was
my favourite brief level.
Was basically in Egypt with being inside a pyramid, being chased by a mummy, wherever the wolf.
Anubis,
okay.
Yeah.
And Virus is riding the camel, and he
falls off.
Yeah, falls off, face plants into the sand. Not the last time though. Level 8 is a medieval time period where Shaggy and Scooby fighting a fire-breathing dragon, and they win.
Shaggy technically fought it.
Yeah, and Shaggy completely missed the chance of getting a kiss from a girl. No, just get Scooby's snacks and go away. Level 9 is at the North Pole, and in my opinion, this is the worst brief level. Or worst level overall, because who puts a Scooby Snacks on the second to last level, right next to the spawn point?
Well, maybe they just walked there. I just said that. Well, I said that in the commentary that they could have walked there.
Maybe, but then there's the virus, which was riding the polar bear, and due to logic, it has to fly off and face plant into the snow for more comedy relief.
Mwah, mwah.
Anyway, they end up in level 10, which is inside what looks like to be a town or a city. So, bit of a April Fool's Day prank for them, because they thought they were out.
Reference to the old show.
Yeah. And I'll let Lucas take over now.
Yes. The virus greets our gang in typical dialogue, and it's one of Adam's favourite lines. We'll get to that later. But yeah, the virus greets him, and apparently the virus is able to change proportions of his body to resemble an old lady. Okay. Anyway, they run from creepy virus old lady because that's scary. Anyway, they run to the malt shop, come across the Siren Doublegangers, which apparently, from what I've heard, is the reason why this movie was made, because they really wanted to have Doublegangers. Okay. So they decide to team up because Virus literally pulls out "Here's Johnny" without saying "Here's Johnny." He literally creeps the fuck out. Just all he does to scare him off was wave, "Hello."
Oh, man,
the fuck out.
Hey.
So yeah, moving on with that, they go to the was it Circus Fair music park?
More like an amusement park on the pier.
Interesting place to have it, because isn't the tide going to come in? Whatever. Anyway, they go to the batting cage, and they hear like a sound. Basically, there's a doo doo, and it's a batting cage. Gee, that's not foreshadowing anything at all. We'll get to that later. So anyway, they go and pay a hi to the baseball player, and apparently it's the virus, because of course he keeps doing this. Apparently he's able to hide his lights from and make it all black. He keeps doing this. I don't know why. Anyway, though, he basically says play ball again, and they run away. And then we get to see the old classic monsters from the show: Creeper, Jaguaro, Gator Ghoul, Tar Monster, and of course old Iron Face. So everyone's like, let's get the fuck out of here, and they run to the virus, and the virus tells them to get him, and here we go again. Hijinks ensue. They split up, and hijinks ensue. They beat each villain and then rejoin forces. They then go and are about to go into face. They're about to go and face the virus in the arcade, but then they realize, hey, we've got the magnet from apparently. We said earlier that the gang has magnets. They got these magnets from Professor Kaufman, because apparently Kaufman figured out the weakness of the virus earlier on in the movie, that it was magnets. And it also affects the cyber doublegangers, because they're made of the same energy that the virus is made of. So based on that, the cyber doublegangers can't come with them. So they go inside the tent and see the final Scooby snacks, and we get hell, basically. Virus is at his maximum power because he's on the final level, because that's how it works, basically. He's connected to the game, so his maximum strength is the final level. And he goes and tosses them around. As for the magnet, it got knocked under an arcade machine. And now the cyber doublegangers are attacked by the cyber monsters. And the cyber Scooby, there's a lot of cyber talking here, Jesus. The cyber Scooby leaves his friend, which sounds like a dick move, but he's trying to help his realistic friend. That sounds good. Whatever.
Maybe his clone.
Yeah. So they go in, what Scooby does, Cyber Scooby. Cyber Scooby goes in, helps the gang out, and apparently Cyber Scooby gets a plan from Fred, and apparently Cyber Scooby has the courage to distract the virus, even though the original Scooby had no such courage at all. Okay. Fake Scooby. Real Scooby goes after the snacks, while the cyber doubleganger distracts him, of course. Virus catches Cyber Scooby. However, it's too late. Real Scooby wins. Virus is defeated. Pick your words, I don't care. Anyway, game over for that, and of course they're able to go home. They wave goodbye and enter back into reality, which is where I will now let Adam take over and reveal who is behind this piece of shit movie. Actually, it's a great movie. I'm not insulting it.
It is a great movie. Anyway, they are finally out of the video game, and they know or have a pretty good idea who the villain is. They mention 3 key aspects. Level 1, Virus tries to play ball. Level 2, when they came into Roman Colosseum, they saw white lines shaped like a diamond. Chalk doesn't matter. And level 10, of course, it was inside a batting cage. So out of Bill McLemore, Eric Stotter, Officer Wimbley, and Professor Kaufman...
Now, we should mention this early in the beginning of the movie about the character's personality traits. Adam, go over it real quick.
Bill McLemore and Eric Stotter are students of the university, each created a video game. Eric Stotter created the Cyber Chase video game, and Bill created a baseball game. Officer Wimbley is just someone trying to keep an eye out on the campus, make sure everything's legal and all that. And Professor Kaufman is just the teacher, supplying with Eric and Bill good education.
So based on that, this villain is pretty obvious, because what has the virus been doing ever since he got into the game?
Same baseball puns, really. So,
based on that, the villain is obvious.
The villain is Bill.
Yes, because apparently he wanted to either... The plan was that, I'm jealous of your shit, man. I don't like that his project was chosen over mine. So my plan is to either have my friend either scared away or killed.
I think I find it funny though, because shortly before he got captured, like literally a few seconds, his game just pops up after he falls over, going, strike out, game over.
Irony. Was the game running?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think it was.
he either left that game on or he was planning to play it to celebrate his victory.
Probably both, actually.
Okay, is that what you're going to do in your life? Anyway, though, Officer Wimbley takes him away, and of course, I'll just say this dialogue real quick. The prize would have been all mine if it wasn't for...
Us meddling kids.
They celebrate... Hey, thank you for getting rid of that virus. I'm going to celebrate by buying you a burger. Fuck yeah. Really? That's what we get from this? Anyway, though, movie's over. Scooby-Doo! And that's Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase story analysis. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to move on to the next note on my review page real quick. Character time! So, here we go. I'm going to do the gang first, and then I'll go over the other characters. Well, what we're going to do is, I'm going to do descriptions, Adam's going to do thoughts on said characters. Are you ready, Adam?
Yes, I am ready.
We're going to talk about first, Fred.
Woohoo.
Right. Me and Adam have considered him the ladies' man, which if you don't understand the joke, I'll let Adam explain it real quick, because I need to know that as well.
Basically, since he's the leader of the gang, he takes it upon himself to decide in what groups he decides to split people up into. AKA Shaggy and Scooby, Fred, Daphne and Velma. Every time is always Fred with Velma and Daphne.
And the people in the audience are like, Adam, what's wrong with that?
Basically, he's being mean to Shaggy and not giving him a chance of any of them. Basically.
What?
I'm not sure how to describe it. Apart from he does what he can to try and be brave in every movie, pretty much, to impress mainly Daphne, Velma, maybe. But yeah, he tries to impress them.
Well, that's what you would think is happening here.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Especially
Right.
the lion scene with Toro, or Leo.
Oh, yes. We only need one for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, let's move on to my next note here. But yeah, in the first act, we see Fred trying to be heroic and failing, and it seems to be his shtick throughout the movie. And in the end, while he does get tangled up, it's his idea to use Cyber Scooby to trick the virus and allow Scooby to win the game for them. So he does have, that's the development I was talking about earlier for Fred.
All right. I think that's a good development. Yeah, tried your best, but you failed. No, the lesson is keep on trying.
Because think about it, a lot of people give Scooby credit for this victory, but it was Fred's idea.
Yeah, and Cyber Scooby's sacrifice. Well, distraction.
Yeah, so it was a sacrifice. Moving on to the next character, which you can guess. Actually, you think I might know. Daphne. I would say there isn't much to her character during the movie, other than she's shown to have grown more, she's grown more where she began at the start of the series back in the old days, and become more mature and braver when facing the odds. Examples being the lion sequence where she got the idea to trap the lion, the samurai level where she fought off the samurai, and the final level where she used a trick button to save herself and her cyber counterpart from the creeper.
Personally, I agree with you. Yeah, she's got braver, maybe a bit smarter, but yeah, I like that. That's good development over the years, 50 years now. I do need to say there's one thing that still hasn't changed with Daphne, and that's probably the thing I like about her, and that's her inner fashion diva.
Really? Oh yeah, we're gonna have that.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's the trend.
Yeah, because as soon as she encountered or met Cyber Daphne, they straight up started criticizing each other, going like, "I used to wear that years ago. That jacket, that skirt.
Of all the topics, it had to be clothes.
Yeah.
Well, it could be worse. I feel like anyone would talk about that. Don't take that the wrong way. Do not. Anyway, moving on. Velma. This is where Velma came in very handy for the gang. in a different way than usual, considering they were flip-flopping through different time periods at points. They had to rely on her knowledge to help understand some pointers at times. And of course, it's Velma's thinking that if they played along, it's possible they could figure out who created the virus. So it's Velma's idea to go onto this quest thing. Mind you, so the gang would have done that anyway.
There's not really much to Velma that actually improved since, let's say, the first series of Scooby-Doo, or from, I haven't seen Zombie Island, but since Witch's Ghost. She's always seemed to be the same thing, the intellectual bookworm, and always the third wheel to Velma and Fred. But yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So are you shafting her then?
Yeah.
Okay. Shaggy, this is where I go for it. Shaggy is helpful in a sense, considering he knows how video games work, where he gives a few pointers on like the moon level. Oh, it's the first level. It's supposed to be easy. Other than that, he's basically the typical Shaggy self, running away from monsters while someone else gets the snacks. And of course, he's basically holding the weakness of the virus for the entire movie, but he's too cowardly to use it, and lets Fred save the day. And I say save the day because it doesn't work at the end. You get the point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with this movie, I'm pretty sure it would be just as good without Shaggy, because Shaggy was only there just to carry the magnet. Because I'm pretty sure everyone else would have figured out, yeah, level 1's supposed to be easy. Because let's say
I wish Shaggy had more to do, because he was like the game expert, and he doesn't really go that route.
Yeah, he doesn't show it.
It dropped ever since level 1, or they get past level 1. It's dropped.
Yeah, because at level 3, there was a very clear hint where the Scooby snacks were. And even though they didn't know for certain, Velma was the one that actually guessed it.
Not the game expert. Okay. Finally, we get a wrap up onto the next character, and we all know who that's going to be. Plot device mascot for the show, Scooby-Doo. Scooby is the main character, and I say main character in quotes because he's meant to be. Anyway, so it makes sense why most victories go to him normally, which is hunger will compel him to go after the Scooby snacks on certain levels. And of course, his best moment is where he saves a pterodactyl baby from the lava and is rewarded by completing level 3, which was, as Adam said in the commentary, a limited snack thing.
Yeah. I think what I would say here for Scooby, yes, more development than Shaggy, a lot. Yes, I agree with the plot device of him actually getting finishing off the game. But I think the part I liked about him most is when he did go to save that baby pterodactyl. Because he didn't know the snacks would be up there behind the pterodactyl. He just saved it because he didn't want to see a baby die.
Even though it's meant to die in this time period.
Yeah, but that's from a meteor, not a volcano.
Well, you don't know. Some dinosaurs might have died of a volcano.
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure flying pterodactyls are not supposed to die from a volcano.
Oh well, his wing got stuck. Right, let's move on to the side characters of this wonderful gem. And I'm going to do them in this order. First off, Eric. Basically, he's the connection to the Scooby Gang to bring them here. And considering he's their best friend and the typical Scooby-Doo formula is obvious, he's not the bad guy behind the virus. Because he's their friend, he brought them here, and typical Scooby-Doo formula, they never do the friend is the bad guy. Unless Adam can correct me on that.
I can't really think of a time when a friend was a bad guy, but there was an acquaintance that took them somewhere in Witch's Ghost, being Ben Ravencroft, I think, yeah. But, there was... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was technically a friend in Alien Invaders that was...
But he wasn't a friend, he knew them, but you haven't met him.
Yeah, but, there was... I can't think of a friend that was actually the villain. There was a side villain being Fred's mum in Pirates Ahoy.
Okay.
She got hypnotized.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I actually can't think of anything else. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, then we'll move on next to my next one on the list. Everyone's favorite baseball-loving wonder. Wait a minute, did I miss one? Oh my god! I missed the Phantom Virus!
How can you miss him?
I know, I feel stupid. Let's just go over Phantom Virus real quick before I go into Bill. Now this guy is one of the most underrated Scooby-Doo villains ever. Because I don't care how powerful a new villain is. I don't care how intimidating it is. This guy is memorable. I find him very entertaining as he would constantly deliver baseball puns with every encounter. And you can tell he was having a blast with this. He had funny lines. He had wonderful expressions at times. He had some awesome powers, not only to control electricity but also technology. And at times you feel sorry for this guy. Not to mention his faces at time are priceless. The cafeteria. And I'll be surprised if they're not. I'll be surprised if they're not memed. The virus will be remembered, even if it was game over for him. Thoughts on the virus, Adam?
Yeah, quotes are memorable. They're absolutely amazing. My favourite was being "You're in the major leagues now," but it's now, after I rewatched the film, if you thought my hitting was good, wait till you see my pitching.
Oh yeah, my favourite line was "You're down to your final out."
Anyway, memorable quotes. I admit, yeah, design probably backs off into the corner, filled with probably zombies, ghosts, and aliens. Loch Ness Monster would still be the best design for me, but intimidation.
But sometimes designs can be iconic when they're simplistic.
Yeah, like Creeper, Tar Monster, Jaguaro. Yeah, old Iron Face as well. Yeah, Virus is a great villain. Definitely very underrated, and I want to see it as a meme.
Would you say he's one of the top 10 Scooby-Doo villains, or from top 20?
I'd say it's one of my top 10. Yeah, definitely. Maybe second.
Oh. Damn, that's close.
No,
right. Let's move on to now. Of course, how ironic it is. The creator of the Phantom Virus, Bill. Now, Bill here is the character that loves baseball and wants you to enter the game. Once you to enter the game, majority know who the virus's creator is. Yet once you enter the game, you majority know who the virus's creator is from the first line he says. And it's a running theme pounding us through the head with baseball puns and other connections with the sport. Even though it was obvious, I still enjoyed when what they were trying to pull off here. I just wish they didn't hammer it so hard on our heads. However, there are moments that do show it. Because Bill, there are moments actually before they enter the game. Did you know this, Adam? Before they enter the game, there are a few moments that show who the virus's creator is before they enter the game.
I haven't really got any of those hints because I haven't noticed any of them.
Okay, let's go over them real quick. Bill, before the gang enter the game, for example, it was Bill's computer that flashed when the virus was released.
Okay. Oh, was it?
He says, "Hey, I found something." Light on his screen, and then the laser gets fired.
All right.
Bill quickly jumps to answer that it was Eric's game that the virus came from to put the blame on his friend. And there is a lab coat shadow which helps narrow him down. But yeah, Bill did it because he was upset that the professor liked Eric's game more than his. To get payback, he decided to create the virus to scare or kill his best friend to eliminate the competition.
That's a bit grim. Overall thoughts on Bill, honestly, one word, he's an idiot.
My question, can you give us your thoughts on Bill before you knew it was him? And then give your thoughts on Bill overall, but you did know it was him.
I thought he was an alright character. Yeah, a bit obsessed with baseball. That's all I can pretty much say about him. Very passionate about it as well. But after I found out it was him, I was just thinking to myself, okay, you created the virus because you're jealous of someone else's video game being better than yours. But you had time to create a virus instead of improve your own game.
I created a living being! Beat that!
Still, that made no
sense.
sense.
Control. Whatever. Okay, now for the next character on the list. Professor Kaufman. The wise mentor who gives some good speeches throughout the first act of the movie. My favorite being how he brings up how our civilization depends on so much technology that the virus is a threat to the entire world, which is probably going to be a point in the future. Oh, good God. The professor is brave. Yeah, the professor actually is brave too. He's willing to protect his students from the virus by throwing objects at it, and once he realizes the virus is weak to magnets, he has the courage to face him with ease.
Overall thoughts on Professor Kaufman, I love his glasses.
Sunglasses.
He reminds me of a bit like Albert Einstein, with
I think that was the idea.
his hair and the way he dresses. And I like that he says it as well. Students are all equal, and that reminds me of like, oh, so my teachers didn't just hate me; they hated everyone. Okay, that made a lot. That made a lot.
Students are all equal, so I will hate everybody. If you are bad, you are all bad. If you are good, you are all good.
Yeah, but
so yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Would you say you like Professor Kaufman more than Eric?
I think Professor Kaufman had a. I think he had a lot more memorable quotes, along with maybe not as much screen time, but more creepy time to make him be like, is he the bad guy?
Nonsense! I have brought my scientists on this university. Really? Anyway, moving on to the next character, and possibly Adam's favorite, I would say, Officer Wimbley, the gruff cop with a heart of gold. Right. He does get some funny lines, and once the gang are sucked into the game, he does feel bad that that this has happened to them, and stays with the scientists until the gang is free and the mastermind is brought to justice. He does stay there. That's nice.
Yeah, he does stay, which is good of a police officer, because I'd expect a police officer to stay if I was stuck in a game. But I do need to say.
Do you want to give your thoughts on him before you figured out it was not him, and after then you figured out it was not him?
Thoughts on him? I thought he was the bad guy, but that's simply because of one simple time when he was eavesdropping on everyone, just behind a doorway in the crack of light. You're like, what you doing?
Okay. I think that was to avoid suspicion. They don't want to make the villain too obvious, even though pause. Even though they made him suspicious, it didn't hide the fact that the villain was obvious, did it? Even though back then for you it did.
And I still thought it was the police officer.
Wow, at least it worked on you. Other than that, though, I think you liked him a bit.
Yeah, he's all right. No, I like.
Oh, he's all.
I like that Scooby-Doo was doing an impression of him at the beginning of the movie.
Oh yes. Apparently, that's how it takes. You just have to say, "Not so fast, kid," and the door will be locked. Moving on now to favorite levels. If I had more time, I would say Brief Level, Egypt is my favorite, as I've said before. But yeah, as for the final level is probably the best because there's so much drama in there. But if I'd say second favorite, I would say Rome. Adam?
For me, my favorite Brief Level is the one with the garden because I freaking love insects for some reason. I can't remember why. But I just... I think it has to do with the fact that that I would have expected a grasshopper, I'm going to call it a grasshopper now, to be green, but it was red, so at least we know it's evil. Favourite main level, yes, level 10 or the city level is the best, but I think I'm going to need to edge a bit to Rome as well, because I'm more fun watching that than the jungle or the moon.
Wonderful. You know, I found out in this video game, you can get hurt. Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gave that away. Alright, favorite virus lines. I've just gone over mine. You're down to your final out.
I already said mine as well. If you thought my hitting was good, wait till you see my pitching.
And finally, our overall thoughts and ratings on this movie out of 10. So first of all, we'll go overall thoughts. Adam, why don't you go first?
Overall thoughts? Yeah, it was a great movie, great quotes, great villain, great development with some of the characters, apart from Shaggy, and great side characters and Officer Wimbley. So I'm going to need to give it an 8 out of 10. It's a decent film, we'll watch again.
Oh, that'll be fun. And it'll be quick too, it'll be quick and fun.
Yeah.
And be pounding on your head with the puns. Yeah. How ironic that our next movie will also have puns, and the movie after that will also have a pun. How ironic. That's just convenient. Anyway, my thoughts on Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase is, first of all, like, first impressions can get you down when you saw the trailer. I was a bit off, but hey, when I saw the movie, I was like, hey, this is actually pretty catchy. I'm gonna see where this goes. And I felt like it had more of an impact. It felt like if you saw this in the movie, you would be a bit more happier. And I say that because like the gang are in different environments each time. You want to, so if you're on the edge of your seat at the time of the cinema, you're like, what's going to happen next? What level will they go to next? So like, I feel like a person would be like, maybe they'll go to desert, and I'll like that because we can go there. But I feel that some people will be disappointed because we're skipping this now. But I could see the excitement that the game has to offer. The Virus, once again, hands down one of the best villains ever. Officer Wimbley, very memorable character. I will not deny how funny he is. Then you've got Kaufman. I love him, and he's a nice sign. He's actually better than most scientists nowadays. He's actually, because normally they play off the scientist as this big pompous ass, but no, this one's actually more wiser, calm, and straight to the point, and I'm happy to see that. And he's brave too. You don't see much brave old men these days.
Would you say he's more down to earth?
What?
Would you say he's more down to earth?
Yeah, I think so, actually. He's very logical. Very, well, he's meant to be. As for Eric, he's there, really. He's the, if I had to say the weakest character, we'll probably say him. You agree?
Yeah, I do agree. There wasn't really much development about him, apart from Tim's Eric Stosser, and he's friends with Mystery Inc.
I wish they could develop more friendship here.
Yeah.
I wonder what the backstory is behind that. Probably some sort of nerd friendship, I don't know. Maybe Velma met him. Other than that, typical. I've gone over the gang. I do appreciate there was development for some members of the gang, some over others. I think we said Shaggy was the weakest.
Yeah. And
Scooby. Scooby's meant to be in the. Basically, imagine if Scooby has no development, but he's in the spotlight. That's basically what Scooby is. He's gonna always be that. He gets no development, but he's the dog, so.
Everyone loves
Adam. I love dogs. Well, Pop, you would. Anyway, other than that, the other three do get, I would say, going in order of development for the gang. Fred gets the most development. Daphne second, Velma third, Scooby fourth, Shaggy fifth. That's my order. Same? You, Adam?
I think I'll agree with that, actually. Yeah, Velma seemed very similar to how she was in the original series. So I'll probably swap her around with Scooby. But they both didn't really have as much development as Fred and Daphne did.
Well, this movie came right out before What's New Scooby-Doo. And before this, Velma had book smarts, and then they switched it over to computer smarts. And it's fitting that this movie is based on computer smarts. So you could say that this movie taught her computer smarts.
She probably had both kinds of smarts still. But yeah, I get what you're saying about transition from books to computer smarts, because new century. But I was only saying that because I believe in Witch's Ghost, she got completely fascinated with Ben Ravencroft, who I believe is an author.
I'll just go over my rating real quick. 9.5 out of 10. The weaknesses hold it down, but that's why I think that's both the reason why we're not going to give it a perfect score, because of the weaknesses of the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like, how would you improve the movie's flaws, Adam?
Probably, I think with that chase in the real world during the Scooby-Dooby-Doo Where Are You thing, probably have the virus transport from technology or control them or something instead of getting thrown around. And maybe adds more development to Shaggy and Scooby, and maybe Velma as well.
What I would probably have done, and just thinking about this now, I would have probably done 24 hours have passed, and then we get like a flashback opening as the credits roll. You know, like you see in movies where the credits are rolling and we see these scenes play out like in a flashback sense.
Yeah.
Like in Spider-Man 3, where they have like these credits rolling, the opening credits, while they're showing scenes like what happened, this happened, and this happened, and that's how the gang got here.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. And I feel like that would give them more time for more levels. Because it's funny, because we've been saying how this movie goes by so quick, yet it feels like it goes so quick, they skip half the game. Okay?
They actually do.
But yeah, those are our thoughts on Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. I think this review came out pretty well, don't you, Adam?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long this video is. Maybe you have the timer. I don't.
Just around an hour.
Wow. Whew, we're talking an hour. This is nearly as long as the movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And once again, it doesn't feel like an hour, does it?
It doesn't feel like an hour at all. Maybe half an hour. Maybe.
No. Jeez, probably. But yeah, those are our thoughts on Scooby and the Cyber Chase. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, go subscribe to our channels, both for our channels. Adam Fern's channel, the Dimensional Gaming Squad, will be down in the corner. And of course, I will let Adam just say about what's coming up on the Dimensional Gaming Squad for his channel. Adam?
Coming up on the Dimensional Gaming Squads, I would say Monday, like late in the evening Monday, because that's when I get home from outside, the outside world. Oh, creepy. I'll be uploading the next part to my Beast Quest rankings, which will be part 4 and part 5 together.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. So what are you waiting for? Are you going to let Adam just talk to you? You've got to go and subscribe to that channel so you can keep in tune with his videos. Make sure you hit that notification bell button as well. And that's not all. Now that we have finally done Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase review, which means new commentary for the next movie. And I did say, if you want to hear, Astro Boy is coming next. Adam, your thoughts on this? Are you excited for Astro Boy?
Yes, I am, because I never watched this movie before.
He's avoided the trailers too. And what we're going to be doing, Adam is going to have a little quiz to see if he can guess the voice actors. And I can imagine that what's going to happen is, oh, I know this guy's voice, but I don't know the actor's name. And I'm like, damn it.
Oh, to get me talking. Just give a random guess at what some characters are.
Now, as for when this commentary is coming out, it all depends on when Adam is free and has the time. So, Adam, either you have a date with us right now, or shall we discuss that another time?
I really hate being told times.
I think we all do.
Funny jokes. I would have to say maybe Thursday. This Thursday at the moment, but I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, because remember we said that this review would come out on a Saturday? We did not mean this. It's just convenient this was a Saturday.
Yeah.
But you never can tell. But yeah, we are looking forward to Astro Boy, which will be the next commentary movie. Boy, this is going to be a fun put together. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like I said, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Both for our channels. And I will let Adam and I say peace. Adam?
Peace.
And of course for myself, peace. And now it's time to stop this broadcast.